Good morning to you all concerned citizens, media listeners, and welcome back to Concerned Citizens Media again. Today I start with a short video interview Nelson Mandela did with Oprah Winfrey. As you might know, Nelson Mandela was the president of South Africa after he liberated his country from apartheid. He was leader of ANC for many years and suffered in prison. So he's talking about the conflict between emotion and the power of the brain. Let's listen to it before I jump to the news.
You'd also said to me one evening, you said, we made the brain dominate the blood.
No, that's true. Because we had that conflict. Our emotions said the white minority is an enemy. We must never talk to them. But our brain said, if you don't talk to this man, your country will go up in flames. And for many years to come, this country would be engulfed in rivers of blood. So we had to reconcile that conflict. And our talking to the enemy was the result of the domination of the brain over emotions.
Okay, I'm still trying to understand, though. You began the peace talk, and you end up coming out of prison, and there is no bitterness. How is there no bitterness?
Well, I hated oppression. And when I think about the past, the type of things they did, I feel angry. But again, that is my feeling. The brain always dominates. Says, as I have pointed out, you have a limited time to stay on earth. You must try and use that period for the purpose of transforming your country into what you desire it to be. A democratic, non-racial, non-sexist country. And that was a great task. And therefore you had to reject all negative features in your own soul, in your blood system, and focus your attention on the positive things.
Okay, that was Nelson Mandela. Excellent advice for humanity. How to resolve the conflict between our emotion and our brain power. So, thank you, Mr. Nelson Mandela, and rest in peace, our hero. Okay, let's go to the news for today. Oromia Media Network opened again its office in the Twin Cities, Minnesota on October 17, 2020. The Oromo Media Network office was closed about 2 years ago after temporary victory was achieved against the TPLF-dominated government in Ethiopia. Johar Mohammed, founder of OMN and the major player in the removal of TPLF, gave all the computer codes he used to defeat the TPLF to Abiy Ahmed. Johar was 100% sure that Abiy Ahmed would not turn his back against him and the Oromo people. However, unexpected things happen. Johar Mohammed is in jail and his media was shut down by Abiy Ahmed. And Abiy Ahmed broke all the promises he made to Oromos, and he is acting like authoritarian regime in Ethiopia. So, Oromo Media Network is restarting to fight back the Abiy Ahmed and his undemocratic practices in Ethiopia. The OMN office is opened with prayers and with the plea to all Oromos to support it. The Tigray region conducted graduation ceremony for its new special commando forces yesterday in Mekelle. These are the trainees who completed extensive training to defend the region from internal and external enemies, according to local authorities. The trainees showed some challenging military maneuver to show off their strength to graduation attendees. However, some observers believe that such show of force by Tigray region seems to counterattack the central government similar practices, tit for tat. The central government in Addis Ababa repeatedly showing special commandos aggressive and threatening military activities during Erecha and park opening ceremonies. The Ethiopian illegitimate Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed answered various questions posted from the parliament members who also have no mandate to serve the nation. All are staying in power by using the military and other security apparatus. Concerning the instability in Benishangul region, the former Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said both internal and external enemies have been in action to create chaos and instabilities in the area, plus to sabotage the hydro dam project in the region. He didn't mention by name who these internal and foreign enemies are. He also pretended as if he is unaware of what have been happening in the country's judiciary conduct. He said, "We all must respect the court findings and their final decision on the cases. However, all evidence is pointing at him and his servants for all the political maneuvering of the court from behind. He and his lieutenants are moving prisoners from jail to jail, denying court bail bonds, filing different cases when the one has no credible evidence, and by using many other different tactics. Nobody can be fooled again by his nice televised public speeches. He has lost his credibility at home and in the global stage." The United Nations embargo on the Republic of Iran ended yesterday. The embargo was intended to block Iran from purchasing military hardware, tanks, and other military weapons from other countries. The United States' effort to extend the embargo at the UN level failed. Trump's America First policy has also repeatedly failed in many fronts, such as WHO, NATO alliances, global warming, Iran nuclear deal, and many other areas. Where should be the boundary for the freedom of speech? Samuel Paty, a 47-year-old middle school teacher, was beheaded on Friday, October 16, 2020, for showing the cartoons of Prophet Muhammad to his class students in Paris, France. The killer is an 18-year-old teenager named Abdulkah A., born in Moscow of Chechen origin. Is it worth to exercise such insensitivity about others' religion in the class, or on the newspaper, or in magazines? For example, Charlie Hebdo January 2015 incident caused the deaths of 12 individuals and the injury of 11 persons in their office. What do we intend to promote in the society? What benefits are we getting by practicing such extremely controversial and offensive subjects? Concerned citizens media believe that nothing can be learned or achieved by provoking unnecessary conflict between various religions. So, freedom of speech or expression should be practiced with care, sensitivity, and respect when it comes to dealing with religions. Freedom of speech should be used to promote peace, stability, development, and harmony amongst human beings. It should also be used to end human rights abuses, corruptions, and other obstacles from our society. The second and the final presidential debate between Joe Biden and President Donald Trump is coming up this Thursday, October 22, 2020. Americans might have a chance to amplify their final decision from this final debate. This time, the mic will be turned off after the given time used by the candidates. No interruption is allowed like the first debate. Concerned citizens media encourages all Americans to watch this final debate and exercise their right to vote and elect the right leadership for our country for the next 4 years. That's all I have from Concerned Citizens Media. Thank you for listening. So long, until next time. Before I go away, I will have one video. Let me see.
The idea
No,
of a
come on, sorry. Here we go. Apologize for the delay. Let's see.
Donald Trump?
Oh, many times. I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me
A small loan of $1 million? Wait, a small loan?
$1 million isn't very much compared to what I built.
It hasn't been easy for me, but I'm filthy rich.
We have very stupid people in our country negotiating for us, and we have leaders that don't know what they're doing.
Like yourself? He's talking about himself.
$505 billion. We're going to lose that. $505 billion. And by the way, I don't like this mic. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping.
Why are you talking about a microphone? He's like a 5-year-old. He throws tantrums about, like, stupid things.
You are the single biggest liar. This guy will say anything.
You will too.
Nasty guy. Now I know why he doesn't have one endorsement from any of his colleagues.
So undiplomatic.
When you point to his own record, he screams, liar, liar, liar. If you want to go...
Where did I support it? Where did I support it?
If you want to go...
Where did I support it?
It's kind of like me and my brother. Let Donald Trump talk for once. Yeesh. They're both like the Rare Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Somebody should run against John McCain. I supported him. He lost. He let us down. So I never liked him as much after that because I don't like losers.
Oh my God. So you shouldn't like yourself
He
then.
hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Oh my God. That's so mean.
You don't really joke about that kind of stuff. It's really serious.
One of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
That is so rude. He speaks his mind, but his mind isn't right.
Classic trope.
Our country has tremendous potential. Let's make America great again.
Still is great. And you're just gonna make it worse. I don't want him for president. If he becomes president, I'm moving to Canada. He's on the news, he's on Vine, he's on social media, he's on everything.
A lot of people have comb-overs, but that comb-over, like, you have to know.
So from watching these clips, what do you think of this guy?
He's funny, he's a nice guy, but the other people are rude to him. They don't let him talk. I think he's a horrible person, no offense. A lot of people like him only because he says things that other people don't have the courage to say. But sometimes you just gotta keep some certain things in.
One of the women said, like, he didn't have that politician filter, and he just says whatever he feels like saying.
If he's gonna be rude to ladies, he shouldn't be a president.
Why do you think people like him?
Probably because they think he's smart.
The people on the news were saying that he was, like, feeding into people's fears.
My parents like him because they say he speaks his mind. But I hate him.
Well, some people are saying that they like that he speaks his mind, that so many people that run for president always just say what everyone wants them to say.
I think it is not right to do. I think it isn't that nice as a president, because presidents are supposed to be nice.
You have to appear confident, but I like it when people are humble at the same time.
He speaks his mind and doesn't really care what people think, but sometimes the thing that's not presidential is what's on his mind.
Trump has said that if he's elected president, he's going to do things like create jobs and protect our country, but he's also proposed doing things like placing a ban on people from the Muslim religion from entering the United States until we can figure out the terrorist problem, and building a wall between the U.S. and Mexico to keep out illegal immigrants.
That's stupid. My friend has a brother that lives in Mexico, so if he puts a wall, they won't be able to come over here. It is a free country. You're just taking that away.
There are Muslims in the world who, hate what's happening and wish that they could stop it. To just, ban all of them would be a little extreme.
Mexicans coming into the U.S. without having to do anything. When my parents coming from Italy and having to do all this stuff when they don't have to. I mean, that's stupid. Some of his ideas are not the worst, but most of them are. He should not be president.
Do you care who the next president is going to be?
Well, as long as it's not Donald, I'm fine.
It does not affect my life whatsoever, and I only care about sports.
Who rules our country is gonna affect us because we're pretty much the next generation, and we're gonna have the country next. It matters a lot. Because the president can remove laws, he can make new laws.
I don't really care because I somewhat trust the adults.
There are people that think that he shouldn't be running for president because they think he isn't qualified. He had his own board game once. And he also has been on WWE.
He wrestles?
But his supporters think that that's the type of person the country needs, that they need someone that is more like everyone else.
Everyone had a job before coming president. I like people with a different background, but I also want someone who's more into politics. You need experience to become president. If you have no experience, something's gonna go wrong. Well, difference is good. It's just maybe a different type of different.
Do you think Donald Trump is going to become the president?
No. No.
I don't think he'll win.
Fingers crossed he's not.
No.
No. Or at least I'm hoping. I pray to God, no. Donald Trump will not be our next president. Yes, but I don't think he should. Everyone in my house is guaranteeing it, so I have to. Right. But there's no telling. I mean, anything could happen.
Okay, that is a point of view of children. Really, they are very smart. They are matured politically. So we hear their voice, and they express their concerns about Donald Trump. So we'll see what's gonna happen with the next few weeks when Americans come out and vote, exercise their freedom to choose the leader for the next 4 years. And as I read in the news, I encourage everyone who is eligible to vote to come out and vote, because election has consequences, and it's very hard to remove somebody after once elected through impeachment or through other means. So we have to exercise our right to vote and put the right leadership in the White House for the next 4 years. Thank you again for listening to Concerned Citizens Media. I will be back again with other news and other videos. Until that time, so long everyone, and be safe from COVID and other issues.